Welcome everyone. In this video, I am going to show you how to write simple programs using the concepts that we have learned till now. Very simple programs. So these are the programs that I will be explaining in this video. These 6 programs. We have already written algorithm and drawn flowcharts for most of the programs out here. So let's go and see how to write down the programs. So the first program is to find the addition of two numbers. Okay, so as I have told, I have opened my dev C++. So let's write down the first line, which is has include stdio.h. okay, let me increase the font size little bit so that you can see better. So next one is main. After that, so here in this program I want to find out, so whenever you are going to write a program, you need to visualize the output. So your output should be like, let me write down the output, the desired output that I want. So it should come like this: enter two numbers. So here I'll be entering, suppose, two numbers, 2 and 3. So answer should be sum is 5. So this is what I want. These are random numbers I have given, 2 and 3. You can give any number you want. So whatever numbers you give, you should find out the result. So this is the output. So first, whenever you write down the program, you visualize the output. Now I need to know how many inputs I want, how many variables I need to declare. So how many variables I'll be needing for this variable program? Looking at the output, one variable for this number, one more variable for this number, and one more variable to display the result. So 3 variables I need. So in the variable declaration part, so what are the data type of these numbers? Integers. So I'll write down int, then 3 data variables I need. So let it be ABC, and it will end with a semicolon. So this is known as, this is a comment line. Okay, these two symbols if I give, so whatever I write out after this 2/, it is not going to be compiled. Okay, this is just for documentation purpose or for the understanding of the program. So this part is known as declaration, variable declaration. Okay, so this is variable declaration. So I have declared 3 variables, A and B for the 2 numbers and C for the output. Now what I need to display? I need to display this line: enter two numbers. This one you can write whatever you want. You can write NER also, or read A and B also. It's up to you. It depends on what you want to display. So I will write like this, and it is going to end with a semicolon. Okay, all printf ends with semicolon. Here declaration part also ending with semicolon. Now I will be entering these 2 numbers. So for that I will be giving input. So for input I will have to use scanf. Okay, so inside scanf I'll give the double quotes. Within double quotes I need to write down the specifier that I have mentioned in the earlier video. So what type of data I am going to enter? I am going to enter integer type data. So the specifier for integer is %d. If you remember, if you have forgotten, you please check out the previous video. There I have mentioned about specifier. So how many numbers I am going to enter? 2 numbers. So I'll give 2%d. Please make a note of the syntax. Okay, it is very important, because even if you miss a single comma or semicolon, this program is not going to work. So 2%d I have given within double quotes, then I am giving 1 comma. Now first %d stands for which variable? A. So here ampersand A I will write, then again comma, second %d for variable B, and it is going to end with a semicolon. Please make a note, there is no comma in between these two %d, just one space is given. Ampersand A means address of A. So I am going to store the first number at the address of A and the second number at the address of B. So this is how we are going to write down the scanf. Now next is what? I need to perform the operation. So what I need to write? C equal to A plus B. It will end with a semicolon. Here, as I have told, the operations or calculations, we do it in the right hand side, and the value or the result, we store it in the left hand side. So the value of A will be added with the value of B, and whatever is the answer, that will be stored in C, that is the location C. So done. So now I have the result. Now I need to display the result. What is the result? Sum is 5, right? So for displaying, I'll have to write down printf, again double quotes. So sum is, in which variable the result is present? In variable C. So I need to display the value present in the variable, so I'll have to give %d here, and this %d stands for which variable? C. In printf, I am not going to give the ampersand, because if I give the ampersand, it will display the address of C, but I want the value present at the address of C. So I'll just simply write C, no ampersand here, and it will end with a semicolon. So now let us omit this part, delete this part. Now save this. I can press Ctrl S, or I can go to file and save. I have already pressed Ctrl S, so it is coming like this. So now I will execute this program, compile and run. It is taking some time, it will run. So it is coming, enter two numbers. So in enter two numbers, I will just let us write 4 is the first number, space 5 is the second number. Press enter. Sum is 9. Okay. Let's write down the next program, that is to find out the average of three numbers. So first I am going to write #include stdio.h, then main, then I am going to give the curly braces. Now again I will visualize the output first. So what shall be my output? Enter three numbers. So here I'll be entering three numbers, suppose, and then I need to find out the average. So average is, so what is the average of three numbers? 2 plus 4 plus 6 whole divided by 3. So that is 12 divided by 3, which is 4. Okay. So this is my answer. So based on this, I am going to write down the code. Now how many variables I will need? 3 variables for the input and 1 variable for the output. So let us write down the variables a, b, c, d. It will end with a semicolon. Then next line is to display this line, enter three numbers. Printf, enter three numbers. It will end with a semicolon. Now next one is to write down the scanf, because I'll be inputting three numbers. So scanf within double quotes, these are all integers. So how many %d I will need? 3 %d. Okay. Then comma, first %d for A, second %d for B, third %d for C. Okay. Now I'll write down the formula. Formula is D equal to A plus B plus C whole divided by 3. Okay. Now next I need to write down this line, average is this. So printf, average is, it is present in which variable? D. So D you write, then semicolon. So this is my program. Let's delete this part, save it, Ctrl S, and then execute, compile and run. So enter three numbers. So 2 plus 4 plus 6. So the average is 4. Okay. Now one more thing to keep in mind, here I am giving it as integer, right? So sometimes the output may come in float also, because if I give 1 plus 2 plus 1, so total is 4, 4 divided by 3 is 1 point something. So if the result is in floating point number, then d I cannot give as integer. So that time I will have to give the output as float d. So if it is float, then this specifier, because this specifier will change. What is the specifier for float? F. Okay, the rest will remain same. So here you can give it as 3.0. So let's save and run it. So 1 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so now you see the average is coming as 1.333. But if I would have given this d as integer, the output would have come as only 1. The floating point part would not have been displayed. Okay, so this is how, based on your requirements, you need to change the data type. We will see how to find the area of a triangle. So let's write down hash include stdio.h main curly braces. Okay, so let's visualize the output first. So the output will be enter base and height or altitude, because the area of a triangle is half into base into altitude or height. So here you will be entering some values. Then area is, so half into base into altitude, so it will be 4. So this is my output. So based on this, how many variables I need to declare? I need to declare 3 variables. Now these 2 values can be integer, or you can give all the numbers as floating point numbers also. Let's give everything as float. So float base, height, area. Okay, now next one is I need to display this line, enter base and height. So I'll write down printf enter base and height, colon. Now scanf. Now within scanf, how many values I want to enter? 2 values, one for base and one for height. And what is the data type? Float. So I'll have to give %f, then comma, ampersand, first base, ampersand, then height. Okay, now I need to write down the formula. So what is the formula? Area is equal to 0.5, or you can write 1/2 also, base into height. It will end with a semicolon. Now the last line I need to display. So I'll be using printf within double quotes, area is %f, and then here I will write down area, because area is the variable which is having the result. That's it. Let's delete this part, save it, and then just run, compile and run. So base and height, let it be 4 and suppose 3. So the area is 6. It is coming as 6.000 because I have given the data type as float. Now I am going to show you how to swap 2 numbers using a third variable. Algorithms and flowcharts we have already seen. So first of all, hash include stdio.h, then main. Now imagine the output. So first will be enter 2 number. After swapping, it should be 3 and 2. So this is my program. So this is my output. So looking at the program, how many variables this program? I need only 2 variables, that is first number and second number. I need to swap the 2 numbers, so I just need 2 variables. So I write down int a comma b, but I am going to swap these 2 numbers using a third variable called temp. So that's why I am declaring one more variable here. So using the third variable we are going to swap it. So now printf enter 2 numbers. So scanf will be percentage D, two numbers we are going to enter, first A and first B. The explanation of this swapping of two numbers using a third variable is shown in the algorithm video that I have done before. So if you have some confusion like how it is done, you can watch that video. There it is explained properly how the swapping is done using a third variable. So here I am simply writing the code. So first line is temp equal to A. First we will put the value of A into temp. Now we are going to put the value of A into B, and then finally the value of temp is put back into A. So this is the code to swap the two numbers using the third variable temp. And then I am simply going to display numbers after swapping. So two numbers I need to display, percentage D. First is A, second value is also B. Just close it. So this part I will delete, save it, and then execute and compile and run. So enter two numbers 2 and 3. So after swapping, okay, I did some mistake I think. After swapping the two numbers, 1 second, temp equal to A. Okay, this line I did mistake. It should be A equal to B. Okay, let's save it again, and here B equal to 10. Okay, this one small mistake I did. Let's compile and run again. 2 and 3. So after swapping it is coming as 3 and 2. Okay, so this is how we are going to swap two numbers using a third variable. How to do the same program without, that is swap two numbers without using a third variable. The explanation I am repeating, the explanation of this particular program is already given in the algorithm video. Okay, there you can check out how swapping is done. So here hash include stdio.h main. So how the output should be for swapping of two numbers I have just shown you. So here I am not going to use any third variable. So simply I am going to write int a comma b, then printf, enter two numbers, scanf percentage d comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. Now I need to swap the two numbers using without using third variable. So first I am going to add the two numbers a and b and put it in variable a. Then I am simply going to write down b equal to a minus b. Okay, so b equal to a minus b. So what will happen, the value of, suppose the two numbers a and b is 2 and 3, suppose here I am showing you a equal to 2, suppose b equal to 3. So what is it, a equal to a plus b means what will be present in a, 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, now here b equal to a minus b. So b equal to how much, what is a, 5, 5 minus 3 is how much, 2. So in b 2 will be present. Now we need the value of a. So again if I do a equal to, so here if I do again a equal to a minus b, then what I will get, a is 5 minus 2 which is 3. So finally I have swapped the two number, that is in a 3 is present and in b 2 is present. So this is the code. The explanation still if you want to see, you can see it in the algorithm video that I already did. So this part I will delete. So I have done the swapping. Now I just need to display the results. So after swapping percentage d comma a comma b, it will end with a semicolon. Let's save it and then compile and run. two numbers 2 and 3. So after swapping it is 3 and 2. So this is how you can swap two numbers without using a third variable. Last program that I'll be showing in this particular video, simple programs video. So here I am going to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion. So here I can write in comments. So what is Fahrenheit to Celsius? Okay. So what is the, first of all, what is the formula for this? The formula is this one. Celsius is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32 and then whole divided by 5 by 9. So this is the formula. So I need to write down the program for this. So the Fahrenheit will be given. I need to convert it to Celsius. So what will be the, so as I have told, these comments lines won't be compiled, so I can write it anywhere I want. So first line is hash include stdio.h main, this one. So now I need to visualize my output. So what will be my output? Enter Fahrenheit. So here I'll be entering some values, and then Celsius is, so whatever is the I'm not going to do the calculation here. So whatever is the answer, it will be displayed here. So how many variables you need for this program? One for the Fahrenheit and one for the Celsius. So two values I need, and let us use float for this particular program. One is for Fahrenheit and one is for Celsius. You can give any other names you want. So printf enter Fahrenheit, then here I will be writing scanf. Since this is floating point number, I'll use %f ampersand Fah. Then I'm going to write down the formula, which is Celsius is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32 whole into 5 divided by 9. So this is my formula. So now I just will display the result. Celsius is in which variable it is present? In CEL. Simple. So now I'm going to delete this part, save it, and then just run it. So you give any Fahrenheit, maybe 79. Okay, it is coming as 0. Okay, there is some small modification. I should not give this bracket here. So just remove the bracket. So because this whole thing will be divided by 5, then multiplied by 5 and then divided by 9. So I did some mistake with the formula, that's why it was coming as 0. So here I need to write it like this. Now let's save it and run it once again and check whether it's working or not. So let's give 79. So the Celsius is 26.111. Okay. So this is the program. In the next video, so here I have discussed 6 programs, 6 very simple programs using whatever concepts we have learned till now. So next I will be doing few more simple programs, and then we will move on with the new concepts in C language again. Thank you.